Hello, my dear friends. This is teacher CosmeRobalino, and welcome to your English online class. Today it's Wednesday, May 27th, 2020, and we are going to practice reading skills with a little mix of listening skills just as well. So as you can see, this is our book, and we are now on page number 104 and 105. So we are going to learn a little bit of culture. We're going to talk about a country in Europe called Switzerland. So let's zoom in and find out what we have to do. So the exercise number 1 says, read and guess which 2 facts are false, then listen and check. Okay, so we are going to read the 8 facts about Switzerland, and then we are going to see which ones are false. As you can see on the left, there is some little cheese, a little piece of cheese, and also a landscape. This is a river running through the mountains in Switzerland. So let's see. 8 things you didn't know about Switzerland. Number 1, the capital city of Switzerland is Zurich. Number 2, Switzerland and the Vatican City are the only countries in the world with square flags. 3. Mont Blanc, Europe's highest mountain, is in Switzerland. Fact number 4. Switzerland's currency is the euro. Fact number 5. Emmental Swiss cheese is famous because it has lots of holes. Number 6. Switzerland has 4 official languages: French, German, Italian, and a local language called Romansh. Number 7, Switzerland is always neutral in wars. And number 8, the headquarters of the Olympic Games are in Switzerland. Okay, so we don't know which of these 8 facts are false. So let's listen, and we are going to find out which information is not true.
Track 25. 2 facts are false. Number 1 is false. The capital city of Switzerland is Bern. Number 4 is false. Several European countries don't use the euro, including Switzerland. Switzerland's currency is the Swiss franc.
Okay, so there you have it. The fact number, okay, let's see if we can do something here, right? Okay, so the capital city of Switzerland is not Zurich, right? The capital city of Switzerland is Bern. And the other fact is the currency, right? Okay, so here, the number 4 says Switzerland's currency is the euro. Okay, that's not true. In Switzerland, we have the Swiss franc, right? A lot of countries in Europe use the euro, but not in Switzerland. So these are the 2 facts that are not true about Switzerland. Okay, so now we are going to zoom out to see what we have next. It's an interesting story of somebody who lives in Switzerland. Okay, so as you can see here, there is an article called Beautiful Switzerland. So we're going to zoom in to see what exactly we have to do. Okay, so here it says exercise number 2. Read the blog introduction quickly and complete the sentences, then answer the question. Okay, so we have 4 questions here, and the blog is just down. So we are going to come back to answer the questions, the 4 questions. Okay, so the blog is called Beautiful Switzerland. Experiences and anecdotes about my country. Coming Back Home, October 21st, by Nicole Baumgartner. So, I'm back in my hometown of St. Gallen, Switzerland, after living in the United States for the last 5 years. In the beginning, I was just so pleased to be home, but now I realize I'm gonna have to learn to live here all over again. Life is very different. Swiss people are incredibly punctual. If you have a party at 8 p.m., everyone arrives on time. Nobody is ever late. It's a disaster for my parents. They are often still preparing food when our visitors knock on the door. The trains and buses are also always on time. If the timetable says the bus leaves at 13:43, it leaves exactly the 13:43. I often arrive at the station a minute or two late, and I always see my train leaving. How do we do it? It's very simple. In Switzerland, we have very accurate timetables. They use computers to monitor the buses and the trains, and if one is often a bit late or a bit early, they tweak the timetable. There are also some very unusual things we do. For example, everyone has their coffee break and lunch at exactly the same time. It's not just in school, but in offices too. So at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 4 p.m., there's always big line in coffee shops because everyone wants a coffee at the same time. Why can't people go at different times? I don't understand it. It's so frustrating. The experts call it reverse culture shock. My home country feels like a foreign land. Well, I think that's a very interesting story. So let's go back to the questions and let's let's read and see what we know. Uh-huh. All right. Okay, so let's answer the 4 little questions that we have here, right? Okay, so Nicole was born in Switzerland. Switzerland. She is a student. Number 2, she has studied, okay, has studied in the United States for 5 years. Now, she is living, what's the name of the town? St. Gallen, right? St. Gallen, St. Gallen in Switzerland. Switzerland. And what does she mean by I'm going to have to learn to live here all over again? Okay, well, it means that she has to readapt. No? She has to readapt to the concept of being punctual, being on time all the time. Okay, so that is what she has to do. She has to readapt to the concept of being punctual, being on time all the time. Okay, so I'm going to erase these sentences so we can zoom out and see what we are going to do next. Okay, on the next page, as you can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit again. Going to zoom in a little bit again. So this is the world map, and you can see the Swiss map and the Swiss flag. Okay, so so let's see it says here underline 3 examples of Swiss punctuality in the blog. Explain why Nicole is not happy about them. Okay, 3 examples of punctuality. Well, the first example, if you have a party at 8 o'clock a.m., everyone arrives on time. Okay. The second example is that if the timetable says the bus leaves at 13:43, it leaves at exactly 13:43. That's the second example of punctuality. And the third example is in Switzerland, we have very accurate timetables. They use computers to monitor buses and trains. Okay, so that is punctuality. All right, so let's go to the next bit of information. Well, it's not explain why Nicole is not happy about them, because now she is living in the United States and not everybody is punctual, right? Okay. All right, so the exercise number 4. Complete the definitions using the highlighted words in the blog. Okay, so we have we have to find 5 words that define these concepts. Okay, so let's see. The number 1. Information about when public transportation arrives and leaves. That's called a timetable. Okay, let me change the size so you guys can read what I'm writing or typing. Timetable. That's the number 1. A timetable indicates when public transportation arrives and leaves. A time when people stop working to relax. Okay, that's called a break. It could be, for example, a coffee break, but usually we call it break. On time, at the right time, punctually, right? Punctually. It's an adverb. Punctually. Make a loud noise on wood with your hand. That is the action of to knock, knocking. And make small changes to something. That is tweak. Tweak. Okay, to adjust or make a small change. Okay, and now let me see if I can scroll down a little bit. Well, we'll have to erase our information, and let me see It says here, mark the sentences that are true for you. Are you like people in Switzerland? Okay, so I'm going to tell you about myself. Number one, I am never late for class. That's true. If I meet my friends, I am usually the first person to arrive. And not always. I often miss the bus or the train because I'm late. No, I never miss the bus or the train. I sometimes make plans and arrange times, but I sometimes forget about them. Yeah, that's true. I don't keep a diary or have a calendar. Yeah, that's true. And I don't mind if people are late when I meet them. I am happy to wait. Not always, but yeah, you can say it's okay with me. Okay, so we have finished the exercise on this page. Okay, my dear students, so that's all for today. Thank you very much for your attention. Please remember to ask any kind of questions that you may have about this video or any aspect about the Google Classroom, the class, vocabulary, and so on. Have a great time. I hope that you are staying healthy, and I will see you around. Bye bye.